Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to LCK Challenger Spring 2023. I'm Atlas, and this is Wolf. We first need to deliver a congratulations to Windows 32-bit for graduating college and being married. Said that he was going to be able to do that during the break, and so thought we'd just forward that congratulations now.
Yeah, congratulations. Big stuff, you know? And it was a break long enough to where you get that stuff done.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you were able to utilize your time correctly. So really nothing lost here while
No,
we were just
absolutely
chilling
not.
in the other room. I was playing WarioWare.
Yeah, you were. You were doing some great things.
I was struggling
music,
at
first. The sounds though in that game, because it's like it's a Game Boy game,
the
right?
GBA WarioWare.
So good.
It's good.
Just if you're interested, just give it a go. The game sounds hilarious.
Online. It's a good game. It's very chill to play during a break like that, passing some time.
Heck yeah. We could have graduated college and gotten married, but you know, I guess you can't get married twice.
Nah.
And my wedding has already been planned for in the future, so it's not happening for us. But congratulations to you, Windows 32-bit. Now, time to get into our next series of the day. DRX is going to be taking on Bro.
Yeah.
Bro have been allergic to winning. But we'll see whether they've taken their antihistamines today and can get through it. As if you do want to get tickets, you can do all this sort of stuff to go and get tickets.
Yeah.
You'll need to learn Korean first, and then you'll learn how to get your tickets.
Yep, so you basically want to go on to Instagram and take a picture, and then you need to put the hashtag challenge to the top and hashtag LCK CL. And then you might get a chance to get some tickets to the LCK CL Spring Playoffs. So we'll see if you can make it happen, as these are going to be, I think, a lot more difficult tickets to acquire. And you need to do this by March 17th. As you can see the dates there at the top. You'll have to enter by that date. Otherwise, you won't be eligible.
Yeah, so just make sure that you spam those hashtags. And we wish you luck. Much like we wish luck to all of those Giga Chad enjoyers in the chat, because their team is likely to not win today, but they could, because they are going to exist on Summoner's Rift, facing off against DRX.
Yep. And if you are not in Korea and you do the event, you might get contacted, but I don't think you'll be able to attend if you're not here, so I would not advise it. Yeah, DRX versus Breon. This is a matchup that, like its LCK counterpart, could go long, but we have a clear favorite, right?
Yeah.
And actually in the LCK we didn't. It was a bit of an upset when DRX took out Breon, with DuckDom coming in with the cast.
That was so cool. It was the Michael Jordan flu game.
And
this
Pleta
is going to be the DRX sponge game, though.
Yeah, and Pleta came back down to Challengers here after his short stint in the LCK while DuckDom was injured. And, you know, he did fine. The level of play is very high in the LCK. It was very difficult for him. He had a really tough opponent in that first matchup that he played.
Yeah. And also, like, coming in, like, in those sort of times where your team's really, really struggling, you know, that is very, very tough. So definitely, you know, we weren't expecting a whole lot from Pleta, but I think he did fine. And now back down in Challenger, hopefully the atmosphere is going to be good for these guys, and DRX have just been performing well. I think Satab and Clear have been my favorites as far as performance is concerned, but for players to watch, I'm a sponge man through and through.
Just cleared my afternoon class and came to see Clear. Very funny sign. She's very punny.
Oh, that's amusing.
Yeah.
I like that. Fans, you know.
Class
hilarious.
complete.
Yeah, nice. Cleared it. Did it. Let's have a look at the other side of the rift, though. Frim towards that top side. Raptor, as you may have seen in the LCK a couple of times.
So Enosh staying in, but no Gyosu. Going to be Palu this time around.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
Enosh seems like a pretty confident player, but I don't know whether it's good for him or not just
yeah,
yet.
I see
you know?
what you mean, yeah.
I feel like he's one of these guys that goes out thinking that he's just better than everybody, And so far, we haven't necessarily seen that, although he does have good hands. You know, were you getting that vibe, or was that just me?
Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that.
This sign's fighting someone.
Relationship proposal signs.
I just don't understand the picture in reference to a relationship.
You want to go out, it was basically like, if you lose, say you want to go out, how about going out with me, you know? Basically. Well, we'll see if they do, in fact, lose. I'm not familiar with all the players' first names, so I have to look that one up before I...
It is right. Yeah, it's in our sheets. We do have that.
Let's see who... Talking about Ivory. Ivory for Brion, so...
Well, I mean, there is a chance that he'll lose today.
Yeah.
So, you know, silver lining is, might have yourself a date. Let's see whether he does. That would be a very interesting thing to track, and hopefully we'll be able to stay on top of that one for you guys. It may be actually just game. So after the first game, we might know.
Ivory also may not see the sign at all today and be told afterwards. That would be a tragedy.
Yeah, that would be.
I mean, look, this matchup between these two teams, unfortunately, there's a lot more versatility on the side of DRX drafting-wise. They have blue sign here. I am worried about what this means for Brion, because Brion is a team that often loses because they play what they want. And they know what they want to do, and they're going to try to do it. They're often not allowed to do it. As you see, the Varus and Heimerdinger are both banned here by DRX.
Yeah.
And we'll see if Ivory gets to play his Syndra, or if that's also just going to be banned. They're just like, nah, you can't play any of the things that you're good at. And then Brion seemed to struggle.
Yeah, and relying on Syndra, that's a thing you could do.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
No, subpar, one would say. And he going to be banned away here. We'll see whether Bro are going to ban the Elise. They do so. Lucian seeming like a pretty comfy first pick if you don't want to go for the Sejuani, which they do. So Sejuani going to be locked in. And here's that Gragas thing.
Incoming, Gragas Renekton incoming.
Gragas Renekton feels a little bit less flexy.
Zeri face up here, and they're not going to take the Lucian. Just going to take Aphelios into this.
Aphelios Thrench? There it is.
Yeah, everybody wants to be Keria.
Yeah, Thrishy Thrashy coming on through. Okay, Polulululu, Polululu in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
Polululu.
Polulu.
Yeah.
So now we can take a look at some of these bans here. No Yone. That's off the cards. Maybe a Viego ban also potentially here, since Sejuani could be flex top. Just a safe ban you could do against Sponge here.
Yeah.
I don't think that we're going to see that flex top, because this is the LCK Challengers League, where we're not really that creative about stuff like this. But let's see. Yasuo banned, so expecting potentially that Gragas to be the setup for that.
Okay. I do like the Yasuo ban. Of course, it was Umpty that played the Gragas for Bro's LCK team. And so could be that Yasuo and Gragas duo that we saw, you know, DK love and things like that.
T1 loves it.
Yep.
See, it's going to be a Lee Sin ban. Lee Sin's portrait looks so hilarious in this
He looks like a thumb.
Yeah.
He just looks like a thumb.
He's just like peeking over. He's like looking into the draft. He's like, oh, I'm not allowed to look at this anymore. I'm not allowed to be a part of this anymore.
What's this?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's this, guys? Oh, man.
He just appears like that. Yeah. And he's just like, hey. Oh. Hey. All right, we'll be Wukong, actually, here as the jungle pick. So saving that 5th pick here for potentially top, but also could be for mid.
Now,
see, Renekton is available. Unsurprisingly, will be locked in here.
Oh my god, if DRX just locked Renekton Azir, this would be like so boring. Like everything about this
it's
whole
like
draft
2021.
would be so boring.
They might just do it too.
They could. Maybe Satab does something more interesting, like Victor, because he's Satab.
But, like, is it more interesting?
No, it's not. I was being sarcastic.
Okay. I was going to say, I'm like, that's...
Oh, Rise.
Vaguely
so much more interesting.
Vaguely more interesting. Very good with Renekton, though. I like it.
There's a blue theme with 3 of the champions. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, you just had to say it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
I thought Ivory was just going to straight up be like, nah, I'm playing Syndra, dude. But you do need, I think, a mid laner now because the Gragas is the natural response to the Renekton. You don't want to play Gragas into Ryze, and then you'd have to play as Frim, one of the weakest top laners in LCK Challengers against Clear's Renekton. Also sounds terrible if you're not playing Gragas or maybe like a Scion or Ornn. But in terms of lane prio here, not looking too good on the side of Bro. The bottom lane can be winnable, like can play it out well if you get some really good poke with glitter lances and stuff like that. But generally, the Thresh is going to have some pressure on this lane.
This is the lane that we saw Gumayusi and Keria absolutely obliterate with Aphelios Thresh, but it relied upon Thresh hitting a lot of hooks and making things happen. And you do need to actually do that if you do want to win. Otherwise, like you say, glitter lances, picks, you know, just throwing purple all over you. That is going to be something that Bro can leverage. And I think that Gragas neutralizes well, and Victor clears waves, right? So for lane priority, I think it's like kind of a wash. Unless something goes awry. And this is Challenger, so something will go awry.
Something will go awry.
Yeah.
And based on these two teams' records and the performances we've seen so far, I'm a little bit worried about things going awry for Bro more than I'm worried about things going awry for DRX. And
yeah.
If bottom side gets an advantage, and you have the Ryze into the Victor, and you have the Renekton top side control with Sejuani support in the jungle, could be tough. But Brion, they do what they want. They do what they like. They do what they enjoy. It doesn't always get the wins, but it is pretty Giga Chat of them to say, I'm going to play my way, my style.
And the sad thing about it is that their style right here looks just real boring. I'm not going to lie. Like, I want their style. Why couldn't their style just be like classic Korean solo queue, you know? Like, insta-lock Master Yi, you know? Get Yasuo into that top lane.
Yeah?
Brothers combo. Get Yone in the mid lane. You're like, all physical damage? I don't care. We're playing, what is it? Xerath and Lux in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fine.
Play
That's
Ziggs
what I want
or
to
something. See. Yeah. Just kill the minions, you know? And do some big boom damage later.
With the amount of Master Yi that gets played in solo queue, I'm actually surprised that we don't see more of it in the LCK. I know it's like illegal and it's almost impossible to make work. I remember Insec playing it when he subbed in for RNG in 2015 or something like that, a million years ago. They did manage to win that game as just AD jungle Master Yi. We're not including mid lane Master Yi, which was broken.
Corn salad, Faker, you know, the runbacks.
Oh, yeah. I remember watching Scara's stream when Master Yi mid lane was a thing. God, it was just gross.
I mean, Master Yi, he's on the edge of the meta always, I feel like, because of how his kit works, but enough about the Master.
We do not need any Wuju style outside of Wukong. Wukong is enough Wuju style for us. As let's hop in to our first game of the series. Oh, I don't know what. I think I was late. Maybe I was a bit late. But I think we actually caught back up to each other. I think we're fine. I think we're doing okay. I wasn't talking about funnel meta, Papa. I was actually talking about just randomly one game where RNG subbed in an entirely different roster for one game, and Insect just played Master Yi jungle for no reason at all. Oh yeah, and Yi did happen in the funnel meta. That's true. But it is, it's like, what was that? The Taric Yi weirdness?
Yeah, that's what he was talking about, the Taric Yi mid-roam stuff. I guess what I'm thinking about when I think about Yi is Sponge has played 15 games Sejuani, unsurprising. I always just think about Yi as if you're playing a snowball-y comp, if he is just buffed even slightly, if Riot messes this up, like he becomes so strong because he's so untargetable in those fights. As, okay, just walking into brush level 1.
Yeah. That's a bit of fun.
Could have been way worse. Could have been way worse.
Wait, Prince played for BBQ? What the hell? When was that? A million years ago?
No, like 4 years ago.
That's about a million. That's enough. when 1 minute is like a year or 100 years.
Yeah, true.
I think that it still feels like that. Wow, that's really cool.
I like how Piero has not gone for hook at level 1, and because Paulo knows this, he's just like, well, guess I'll sit here and look for some glitter lances.
Yeah.
Got to be careful of that level 2 hit, though. He's going to get here in just a moment. Because that is where things get really aggressive for the Thresh.
One more. There we are. And everyone's going to hit it at the same time. Piero walking forward. I like how the spirit of Yone really is in that Thresh skin. So I feel like, you know, I'm looking a little bit closer to a regular Korean solo queue game with enough Yone in it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a true Korean solo queue game. One of the sports to play an AD.
A lot of damage here onto Piero, down to 100. Just sipping on that potion, doing the best that he can. We do have cleanse and heal now on cooldown, and Pleta still has his heal.
Well, you know, we talked about how something could happen. Things could go awry. They have gone awry, but actually in favor of Breon here. And what is normally a slow-paced, boring lane actually gets a lot of action here as summoners are traded. Definitely a favorable trade for DRX in terms of summoners, but in terms of getting the Thresh out of lane, feels great. At least Pleta will be able to pick up some solo XP.
Yep.
And he did a cull start, so he's expecting to have this lane, you know, just kind of go slowly. He's farming.
Yep, just gonna sacrifice it just a little bit, but gaining that gold, having that good time, and we'll be able to actually even out the CS quite nicely. Clear just hanging out with the turret here, for him doing his best to try and get him away, but it's not really going to work out. Currently a few CS in the lead for Clear, but nothing to worry about. And so far for Bro, kind of fine. Everything kind of okay, which is good for them.
Yeah, looking great so far. Sejuani didn't actually go for an early gank, but Clear got that first Demolish proc. So one more, and that's a plate. So this is about as good as it gets for Renekton into the Gragas early.
Sagex, why were you watching BBQ versus MVP?
I mean, why not?
Well, I don't know.
He's watching challengers right now. He's watching DRX versus Bro Atlas. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's true, but I mean...
let him out and enjoy what he enjoys, okay?
No, it's fine. It's just like, it's a very weirdly specific series to go back and watch, you know? I don't know. That is severe dedication. And I understand, you know, Papa going back and having a laugh at Prince. But, I don't know. It's, he wanted to listen to good casting, probably. Was it Achilles casting that game? I can't even remember who was casting it.
Yeah, it's a good question. I every now and then go back and watch the GSL Open seasons.
Valduni. Yeah, I don't get to listen to enough Valdez. That's actually very true.
Well, that was a trade that you don't want. But
yeah.
They're going to back, so it's okay.
Buttons were pressed. Azeri didn't die, but Azeri did feel a little bit better, a little bit worse after that situation. So
we'll get a ward here for the play.
Oh, Pleta getting the last hit on it, making sure that gold is maximized. Satab's what? Sometimes, you know, the spell flux bounces off the minion and you die. You know? Sometimes that happens.
Yeah,
you know?
It's not supposed to happen, but sometimes you're just greedy. You're holding your teleport. You don't back.
Yeah.
And,
no, it's a faster back, though. You know?
Let's watch this again. Oh, he decides to cancel the recall because he doesn't want to miss the wave. And he's going to die for it.
I think he thought that girl was real cute.
Yes. Oh, my God.
It's a good trade.
Zaynab is just like, oh, okay, if you're not going to back, you're dead, by the way. I don't care. I'm just not going to miss anything.
Yeah. But also, like, he had to walk out of the turret, and at that point, Ivory could have, like, clicked on his run the hell away button instead of, like, the round in circles button.
He got poached, Atlas. It's messed up.
Well, we'll see.
Getting some first strike value here, at least. Making up for a little bit. But that's a early catalyst buy. So this does not get better.
No, and
it gets much worse.
Oh man, that is such beautiful timing for Satan.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's got tier catalyst. Oh
yeah,
man.
He is a snowball rolling down the hill, bouncing over some roots and some small rocks, but eventually he's just going to be covering them as DRX are also Gonna get Drake.
Yep.
Infernum here to push the wave. This is feeling good.
Yeah.
It's not about that, but feeling good about everything else.
Absolutely. Also feeling good about this conversation about 2018. I agree. I think 2018 was kind of like, it was a glory year. Like, we often think about the result of that year, which was very sad. You know, with KT facing IG in the quarterfinal and stuff like that. But Score winning his final, that was my favorite best of 5 ever, was that Griffin versus KT final. 2018 was a good year. Okay, so maybe I overstepped, you know, when I was asking why you were watching BBQ versus MVP, because it was a 2018 match, and that's fine. Yeah. That was also the year of Papa. That was like Papa casted 1 million games, wasn't it? Yeah, I think so.
It was. Also, just in general, it's good to watch old League of Legends. Good to relive history.
Yeah.
Like we are right now from the future, AI casters coming back to coming back to cast this one. Like, how can we judge a man for watching some you know, BBQ MVP when we're here watching some Challengers 10-4 DRX or some 113 Bro, you know? From the future.
We might need, maybe we could like go and watch some like 2018 casts and put them in the freezer, you know? And so we can like get some of them out for like some of the frozen casts. It's pretty cool, actually.
We might need to get the rights to those, though. You know, I might need to get some permission for some of those casters back then. I wasn't casting League of Legends back then.
Yeah, but I'm sure you could just download like somebody else and you could just use your voice.
Oh yeah, just like the presidents playing video games and arguing about which Xenoblade is better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did you watch the which Zelda one's better?
Yeah,
that one was
very funny. It was very good.
Yeah.
Surprised Obama was so into Zelda too.
Yeah, I thought I saw it like Obama as a Wind Waker fan myself. I don't know why.
I always thought he was just a Breath of the Wild, you know.
Oh, really?
I thought he'd be into the open world.
It's a bit of a lukewarm take. I feel like he'd be a bit more nostalgic.
By the way, speaking of like open world, it's not an open world for Frim, this game. It's very linear.
It's not,
it's very linear.
Yeah,
he's very much between two turrets and not getting any minions.
Yeah.
His Bobakan spear is broken or whatever.
Oh no. Alright, Fiera is going to get cycloned and destroyed. Wow. Okay, that's a very dead Thresh. Pletter is going to be alright, at least for now. But
alright, Raptor!
Yeah. Yeah, that's speaking of Bokoblin spears, man. Like, Raptor sharpened his moving into that bottom lane.
Yeah, the level 6 is hit. He goes down for the Cyclone. Unseen. No vision here. Piero's just like, you know what? I don't have any vision here. It would be a shame if there was a gank coming. I better go ward this. Oh, no. There was a gank coming.
He had the right idea. There you go. Are you glad that all of the presidents agreed that Link's Awakening is S tier?
Yeah. Link's Awakening is my favorite, actually. Next to Breath of the Wild.
I still need to play the remake.
The remake was pretty good. Their graphics are very, like, you have to be into it. You know, it's kind of like Wind Waker. I feel like if you don't like Wind Waker's style, you know, you're not going to enjoy the game. And everyone pretended like they didn't like it to be cool for some reason, and then they eventually agreed, like, years later that it was great retroactively. But I think the Link's Awakening
couldn't handle the change, I think. And if you played Wind Waker for like more than an hour, you were like, actually, the animations are super fluid and it feels good to play. And so like you're happy about it.
Yeah, you know what? For me, like I actually feel like to me, Wind Waker was kind of the natural progression of like after Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Like, it just seemed like it.
Yeah, you
the
can't
art
just
style
keep
is
trying
similar.
to do it again because
it's just like the N64 naturally was very colorful and very cool, but it had its own dark aspects to it, but so did the GameCube one, the one that we were just talking about that I'm forgetting, that Wind Waker. Yeah, Wind Waker had its like dark aspects as well. It was just cell shaded, and so it allowed the game to do more things. So,
whoa, that's a big old flash. His Pletter is super dead, like mega ultra dead.
You have to respect the wild growth engage with the ult there from Zeri, and he did not even a little bit. He was just like, nah, I'll just stay here without my support and be within flash range.
He was trying to go back for like, I swear, the last 3 minutes. And then just didn't go back and died instead. He's like, I got to go back now because I'm in the death chamber.
He did not have that Gale Force that he has in his inventory now at that moment, or he probably would have been able to escape.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a second Drake contest here. This would be huge for DRX because they have the Chemtech Ocean set up.
CTab missing some buttons here. It hits a few. That's a cute little hook from Piero, but probably not going to be too worried. And Enosh is still going to go back home. So, Drake going to be started.
You know what's kind of hilarious about this? I feel like part of the reason why they get this Drake is because Enosh and Palu commit those summoners earlier, don't have Flash, don't have Wild Growth or the Sari ultimate, so it's like, we don't have mid control, so I guess we just give. We got the Aphelios, but we gave over second Drake, as Pleta here is just greedily trying to shove this wave with his Infernum. Gets flashed on, Wild Growth is set up. It was a really nice timing there between Palu and Enosh to set that one up.
Also very greedy from Pleta, as you say, so... A little bit of a rough one as DRX are just going to move everyone into this bottom lane and straight up deny. Teleport does come out though, and that allows Enosh to get back to the wave. That's actually huge. He was looking at being denied a whole bunch of this farm. But now with Gragas in the bottom lane, Clear is going to continue to get even further ahead.
He is. It's hard to imagine being further ahead than he is, but he is certainly going to make it happen. This is like starting to be a situation where the Gragas doesn't exist, actually, as a champion.
Yeah.
He can press his ult and knock champions into his teammates who exist, but he does not. And in fact, in order to get a body slam off, he might die. Like if he's going in, he just has no resistances.
1.6k.
Yeah, at 0-0-0, he's down from farm alone and turret plates.
Oh my god, yeah. It's a big advantage that this Crocodilian has. Does save his bottom lane with that, because of course Enosh didn't have his flash at the time, and so was going to really struggle to stay alive down there, and they do crash this wave into the bottom outer turret. Pleta
small victories
set up here though, and as you can see, like these turrets are just ready to fall over. For DRX is it doesn't, because Pleta just doesn't stay around for much longer.
Scared that with Wild Growth available there, he gets flashed on again, maybe he dies, can't get to the Lantern. So just one auto away, but still, I mean, that is just gold for the taking here. It is going to be first turret blood, whoever gets it, and they're going to commit heavily to grouping up to both defend it and prevent this Rift Herald from being taken, but this Renekton is ready to go, man. He is ready to fight. He has Unleashed Teleport now, and he's also threatening a turret. Brionne have to be so decisive here. They cannot just kind of happy feet around.
I think that, like, honestly, DRX could just give this and then take 3 turrets.
That's what they're doing. Well, they were also going to get 3 turrets and contest, it looks like.
So we're going to land the Glacial Prison. It connects onto Enosh. The hook comes in, but immediately the cleanse comes out. And there's even more stuns. He does flash to get himself out of the way. DRX take the Herald, but can they win the fight? Brim's going to flash away, and there goes the Zeri. Brim is in so much trouble. He's just going to have to try and fight this one out where he can. The Aphelios grabs that kill, though, as Permafrost comes through, and the Gravitum is set up. Hook is going to land, and DRX obliterate, bro.
So how far ahead in gold is Clear now? Not doing that much more damage than Prim in that fight, but doing more impactful damage and setting up some CC. I thought Enosh actually played that really well because he held his cleanse after getting hit by the prison there from Sponge. And then after the follow-up came through, then he cleansed. His positioning a little bit greedy here at first, but notice he's patient, gets Death Sentence, cleanses here, backs away, ults, and then is still caught by the Flay. At the beginning of that, I thought was very patiently played from him, but Pleta is doing all the work here, and then Enosh gets caught again, so 2 Qs from Piero. 2 Death Sentences in 1 fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the new Q-Max Thresh for you, and he's only level 7 at this stage. It's only going to get worse. Lands this hook as well, really beautifully done. But that was so much CC. So Glacial Prison, Death Sentence 1, Ruthless Predator, Flay, Death Sentence number 2, all of them onto the Zeri. And he did manage to create a lot of space for himself, and you're right, he played well. But having to deal with that many things is real rough. And he also got Moonlight Vigiled as well.
Yeah.
Oh man, roughy.
Roughy indeed.
Hi Ian, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day.
What's up, Ian?
Ian C? Ian Z. I was feeling a bit antsy the other day.
I was too.
Actually.
Yeah, on most Pocket State recording days.
Yeah, most of them. It's a good time to feel it.
Well, the 3 turrets, as discussed, have been taken. They also did secure the eye. It was given to Piero, so he
Deserved.
he's got it. Where does he put it is the question at this point, because they've already killed all the turrets. So he's like,
I feel like they could just escort Shirley wherever they would like.
Well, I mean, the top wave is crashing into inner. Nobody is up there. There's a Drake
Side
is
lanes
spawning.
Existing Wolf? Crazy. Not
I mean,
in my
Frim
challenger.
He has TP, but he just wants so desperately to be here for the Drake contest, so he gets up for a cast, but he's caught.
Well, Glacier Prison is going to come through. You land one bit of CC, and then all the rest just piles on in. Beautifully played. Frim's dead. And
Frim,
that
man.
flank that they were looking for.
Frim
Dunzo.
is just not having a good day, Atlas. He's having a hard time.
Have you seen a good day from Frim yet?
I've seen better than this. I've seen a lot better than this.
You could have just left it as, I think that would have been fine.
Okay, nice try, Raptor.
Yeah, that was a cute one. Raptor had that flank angle. He at least gets to use it for something. As another hook is going to come through. That is the last hit death sentence, named like very, very well.
The problem with that is that he had no flash, so his chances of stealing were very low, and his chances of death were 100.
Yeah, especially after Warrior Trickstering.
Uh-oh, wait, clear?
Oh, okay. Can a crocodile manage to hurt a guy with a bung knee? The answer is no.
Also, you know, in my head, like when the teleport came through, I was like, uh-oh, this is dangerous, but it's level 11 Frim with Sunfire, so actually never mind. He's like, oh, teleport. Oh, it's Frim, it's fine. It's okay. Just walk away. This was...
Rune Prison, Glacial Prison. That's double prison already.
Also,
and then death sentence whilst you're in prison? Like, oh, man.
Yeah, he was on death row.
Yeah, that's a monka right there.
Raptor was on the flank because he wanted to collapse with Frim's engage, but your Grog is so, you know, and you're also not that tanky, unfortunately, in this game. So you would have been better off just holding that top wave and saying, we'll fight for the soul, not the soul point, or committing harder, faster, and not looking for that really long wraparound as Raptor. Raptor also, unfortunately, dying after that, as Ivory is just going to eat a Sejuani ult.
Can we call Glacial Prison Cold Jail?
Yeah, sure.
From now on?
Sure.
What is, and what's Rune Jail? What are runes, technically? Symbol
Words jail.
Words jail.
Letters jail. He's in letters jail.
Magic jail. I like magic jail.
Is
magic
good.
jail's kind of cool.
I like magic jail.
What about arcane jail? That's just a jail you go to and they just repeat arcane over and over again.
Sounds pretty sick to me.
It actually
Bad chest.
sounds like the best jail ever. Bad chest. Bad chest jail. I like it. I'm looking forward to the next cold jail that comes out here from Sponge. He's been pretty good at landing them.
I love how Ivory got hit by it and then they were just like, just like let him live.
It's
like,
not worth it.
Sponge is trying to get the date, actually.
Yeah, that's actually the battle between it's Sponge and Ivory, both of them. They're like, I'm into this.
Well, I think we could probably see a Baron start here pretty soon. They clear the vision. Everybody's pretty grouped, as Satab has both Teleport and Realm Warp. We could also just walk to save money.
Well, this game is not very close.
No.
Oh, cold jail, cold jail? Cold jail opportunity? No. He had cold jail at the ready. Isn't going to use it.
Bit of a chilly timeout he's going to send.
The chilly timeout. That's like a Sejuani from behind, you know? Like, she's not very strong, and so she throws an ult, and it doesn't really do much. So it's just a chilly timeout.
Chilly timeout. Satab just doesn't care. He's like, what's going to appear? A Gragas that can't hurt me? Okay, whatever. I do have Phase Rush.
Put him in magic jail. Come on, Satab. You can do it. Not this time. Not this time.
The mind games, the side lane mind games are real.
Yeah. Prim waddling towards the top lane. His quest to find relevance in this game is one of great difficulty. Well, that's what I'm seeing.
It is challenging. Challenge to the top.
Bat Chest Jail is like Nicolas Cage.
All right, that's starting to get. This is getting too weird.
I feel like Nicolas Cage, if he's a champion in League of Legends, he is brand 100%. Because he was Ghost Rider. And Ghost Rider is basically brand.
Similar jaws also.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, he's not set. I thought maybe he was set, but I thought about it and I was like, nah.
Wait, Nicolas Cage is set?
Nah, he's
Well,
not.
that's a bit too Giga Chat, I reckon.
No, but I just mean like, I just want to imagine Nicolas Cage as set. It's kind of like running at people and grabbing them and throwing them.
Oh, Denunciator, yes. By the way, yeah. The unbearable weight of talent. It's actually very, very good.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's just the Nick Cage as himself movie.
Oh, okay.
And it's just, it kind of, it's almost too meta, and it's so too meta that it's actually even better than it would otherwise have been. I don't know. It's really, really good.
Raptor? Is he getting a cold timeout?
Oh, I don't know. We haven't seen it just yet, as that is just permafrost. Can he throw it? Can he throw the chili jail?
I thought you were talking about DRX in this game, and chasing a Wukong halfway across the map might be the way.
Cold jail, cold jail, cold jail! No, they're not going to.
He doesn't want to use it. He wants to use it to contest Drake.
He wants to put somebody else in cold jail. He knows what the judge's ruling was, and it's not for him. For him doesn't deserve it. Ivory is going to get wild growth. There's clear. Oh my god, the value of the Gore Drinker in the Colombic. That was just insane. As Satab, can you put him in Arcane Jail? The answer is no, not just yet, because they don't really need to use it. Sponge did throw out the cold jail at some point, but I missed it, which is a bit sad. There's
I'll
the
tell
Arcane
you,
Jail.
If you look at Enosh's summoner, okay, hold on.
That flash was odd.
Yeah.
But it happened.
Bye-bye.
That's scary, isn't it?
That was just really sad.
She was in the middle of Jet Set Radio future animation.
So if you see the summoner spell below flash for Enosh, it was put in cold jail. That's what he got. He put the cleanse in cold jail. We'll watch it again. As yeah, this is basically Ivory trying to 1v2 here while everything else is happening here. He has to stopwatch early, and then there's the cold jail on the cleanse. Enosh is like, I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it. Wild growth. Very sad. Yeah. Didn't even notice that. And then Enosh is like, all right, I'm Zeri. I'm getting out of here. Forget my team. Forget this Drake. Oh, I thought we were going to watch the crocodile get him.
Oh, no. Polu. Polu, quickly. Swim faster. Swim faster, little Lulu.
Just keep swimming.
Oh, just keep swimming. Oh, dear. Pop goes the jellyfish.
This is a Captain Hook crocodile situation, man.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it's just ticking.
Yeah.
Just ticking, ticking, ticking. Man, I want to watch Hook again. God, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too, honestly. I might have to take a look.
Oh, there's a cold jail on a decoy. But that is still a Baron. Now spinning around DRX.
When I think about Hook, I just think about Goonies and like all of those movies from back then that were so good.
Yeah. It was a good time. It was definitely a good time to be like a Steven Spielberg movie fan.
What do like children who are like growing in their formative years like watch nowadays?
I think he's still...
You can still watch Hook if you have good parents, right? Like,
yeah, no, that's true.
But like, maybe the newer generation, like, okay, hold on.
Maybe they just watch Marvel movies. Wouldn't that be sad?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Damn, that's awful. Ugh.
We wouldn't be dads like that.
No.
We would not be dads like that.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's probably what they do. That's the only thing that exists anymore. Like, there's no magic toaster in the new era.
Yeah.
What do kids watch? There's no magic toaster.
Do people still watch Are Real Monsters and stuff like that after school?
I don't think so.
Like, is Nickelodeon still as good as it used to be?
Probably. That's probably fine. I think. I mean, SpongeBob is still a thing. Right?
Yeah, SpongeBob's still a thing. Oh, man. It's a little bit
They
scary.
just watch YouTube, Atlas. That's what they do.
Oh, God, no! No! What are you supposed to talk to your friends about that YouTube video that you were watching the other day? Oh.
It's on Mom's old tablet because she got a new one.
Oh, it's a disaster.
That's what the kid's got, man. He's got access to YouTube. That's all he's got. That's all there is. I hope they watch Hook on
It is
YouTube.
so doomed. Maybe Hook is on YouTube, I don't know. Maybe Prim is in Arcane Jail. He's been put in a box as well. Oh, the poor Greg is just destroyed. Another Hook comes in. Man, this Q cooldown buff is insane. There's the third one
Raptor?
of the team fight. Piero, where's the... Oh, he misses that one. Doesn't get the cooldown reduction. But already, that was 4 hooks in the
Raptor?
space of like 10 seconds. That's the 6th one. And now Raptor is going back in again. Comes back out. Is Enoch going to get hooked?
I'm
That's
just invested.
the 11th hook or something.
Is Raptor gonna live? He's gonna live, man.
He's fine.
He's survived like 4 times where he definitely should have died, and now he's gonna get the back off.
It's Shawshank Redemption, man. He came out of all the jails.
Hold
He's
on,
going to
hold
be
on.
fine.
Is he good? Is
Look at him.
Raptor
Another hook
okay?
is going to land. He taxis over to Polu. Just keeps swimming. As the Nexus will go down. Prim, he's going to take a drink, and you don't blame him for it at all.
Raptor, man, his KDA not taking a hit there at least, you know? That game was very one-sided, and I have to say, like, I don't think we'll be seeing Renekton another time. As even though a lot of this game was about the Thresh hooks, I'm gonna be real. I'm voting for Renekton. I think the top
the last
gap
team
was
fight
too big.
but yeah, I think you're right. I think it's... Oh, is it Satab for that sick 1v1 solo kill?
I'm going for the Croc, but I think
Maybe we
I
can
think
just
there's
do one each
yeah.
of those two, because I think that's
I'm
actually
top
good.
voting.
Yeah. I'm a mid.
But yeah, this was solo lane across both top and mid. And then, like, bottom side, it was not the greatest game for Pleta, but it didn't matter because the hooks were good.
Yep.
And the fellas didn't have to be the winning condition of this game. It just didn't matter. You didn't have to do anything.
By the way, Ian, most people are clueless about Blu-ray because it was never really a thing. Because even if, like, you're old enough, you know what DVDs are. Did you ever really use Blu-ray outside of in your PS3?
By the time Blu-ray came out, I watched mostly digital media anyways.
Yeah, right.
Like, I was beyond using discs.
Yeah, so Blu-ray was never a thing. It's not like you're feeling old or anything like that. It was just obsolete when it was released. It's kind of sad.
I mean, it was higher quality than DVDs, and like with the niche family that had it and actually owned Blu-rays, they would definitely like brag about it, and you'd watch it and be like, oh, okay, it's nice, whatever. You would always tell them like it's very impressive, but really you were like, I already have the movie on my USB stick, and I just plug it in
and
the
it
TV
says
or the
Blu-ray
computer.
quality on the video.
You're like, I have this, and like you could also just download it like legitimately from sources. So
Yeah.
anyway, Satab's gonna pick it up.
Hey, my boy. Nice work. 620 DPM on the rise. He's always been pretty good at the rise. And,
Yeah, he's a really good Rise player.
Was
sure.
fantastic today.
We have to see better performances from the solo laners here, or it might just be a very one-sided series as we did predict. I mean, this is what we expected to see, but doesn't make it any sadder. You know, I would like to see Bro fight back. The Giga Chads.
Yeah, I want to see
Leavers.
some of that too. I want to see the Frim redemption. When does Frim redemption
Yeah,
happen?
Fremdemption.
Because Frim got bodied, and
Yeah.
it was just a bit sad. He needs a champion with some agency, not Tank Gragas. Tank Gragas is one of the saddest things to see fall behind because it already does nothing and then does even less than nothing if you fall behind.
At the time when he like went bottom to try to help them out and just like lost lane even harder was the saddest part.
It was
I want
very
to see
sad.
something better, Atlas.
We will see something better because we're going to see a game number 2 right after this break. See you there. Hello and welcome back everyone to LCK Challenger 2023 Spring. I am Atlas. I'm joined with Wolf today at the hip. Not actually at the hip.
Not
That
really.
is it's just a saying that we use here just to describe how incredibly friendly we are towards one another. It is time for a second game between DRX and Bro. Bro are struggling a little, one could say. In their previous game, we will see whether they can turn it all around, perhaps.
Quite. Something old bean.
Yes. I don't quite know why I went with this particular voice, but sometimes I just, you know, the intro happens and our producer says, and cue, and I think, well, I just don't know what to say. And so I say what I said the time before, but I do it in a different voice.
Bro picked red side, man.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, maybe they will pick the solo lanes later in the draft and will try to get bigger advantages. Or they will not, and we will see a disaster. I hope that they change it up a little bit.
Perhaps they will ban different champiroonies and then pick the champiroonies that would have otherwise been banned and then like have good champiroonies in the game.
Maybe ban the Renekton?
Yeah, or pick the Renekton, maybe.
Could be.
Take that one away, give Frim some power.
Let's take a look at Frim's Renekton stats. I'm going to take a little peek. This is the wrong sheet. Here's the right sheet. He is 2 and 5.
No, I needed that one. This is the one.
Yep, 4 and 2 for clear so far after that last win. Gragas was 1 and 1 for Frim actually before that. So his best champion has been Renekton actually, which he has a 28% win rate on.
I was looking for all the good stats for Frim, but I couldn't find them.
I was wondering what that bit was about.
Yeah, it wasn't even really a bit. I just wanted to throw paper around. It was kind of my thing.
Don't worry, guys. This will all be recycled after this.
It will. Yes, the music has started. That means we're very close to doing that drafting thingy-jiggy that we do where they pick the champions.
The champions will be selected.
Yeah, right? Will good ones be selected by Bro? Is what we're going to be looking for here.
The DRX looks so confident.
Yeah.
Are we doing
They're
a hot pack inspection? What's going on over here?
Is this like Pleta timeout time? I think they were grouped around Pleta there.
It's starting to get a little bit warmer in Korea. It's
it is.
15 degrees Celsius right now.
It's almost rollerblading weather.
Yeah.
Do you want to rollerblade?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, I know what happened to Paper Thin last time.
Yeah, he did a number on his.
I'm also not. Like I've done rollerblading before when I was younger, and I had like all the knee pads on and stuff. And it took me like weeks, but eventually I was like, oh, I can do this. I'm good at this. I mean, quote unquote good. I'm nowhere near as good as you, but like I enjoyed it.
I'm not good either.
But it took me like a long time to get comfortable and not be afraid. And now that I'm old and like my bones hurt and stuff, I'm like, well, maybe it's gonna take me like more than weeks to get used to it again.
Yeah, it is a bit more of an investment, but it's good exercise, you know.
I'm about to go back to my like running 5Ks every day.
Oh,
once the playoffs are done, I have like no reason to not run literally 7 days a week, so I'm gonna be doing that.
Damn. Well, I wish that you luck, sir. I'm going to be out on my rollerblades, and it's going to be the best. The classic gym tomorrow attitude, 100%, Papa. Don't worry, tomorrow will come.
Yeah.
No, tomorrow never comes. I learned that from Annie. Annie said that, not Annie and
I was on the best gym schedule. I was like 5-6 days a week gymming, and had like a really nice rotation setup while running all the time until Worlds. And then I went back for Worlds. I spent so much time in America. I was in America for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And then I came back to Korea, and then it was like prepping for LCK, then LCK all the time. And yeah, it's definitely the gym tomorrow situation right now. I have like barely enough time to sleep, so going to the gym and running is not happening for me at the moment.
Yeah, I watch my fiance go to the gym in the morning, and I go back to sleep, and then I go to work. That's my that's the closest thing to the gym that I've been so far this season. I think that's all right. I like how the epic music is just continuing while we're trying to sort out this this getting into draft issue.
Yeah, I'm not sure what is happening.
I'm sure that they're all wearing like old helicopter headsets.
Yeah.
And this is T6945.
I feel like the DRX players are laughing at your joke. Like,
all right, we're in the draft. No Varus, no Annie, no Caitlyn, no Elise? Question mark. No Ash.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Big no.
No Nunu?
No.
Nah, he'll be playable.
Say no to Karma. Say no to the Heimerdinger. Okay.
Really interesting that we banned Varus and Heimerdinger here as DRX.
Once again.
Elise. Okay. So just first pick Renekton. Just do it. Nah, he's laughing at my joke, but he's putting Sage on the rift.
Guys.
Oh no. Are we doing a salty run back?
Oh no.
Wait a minute. Is it Aphelios Thresh insta-lock? Are we sure we solved the problem, or is this just a redo?
Get it out of the freezer, Wolf. Get it out of the freezer. I want to go have lunch.
So, do they ban Renekton this time? Or can I literally get it out of the
Oh, God. Yasuo?
No.
Yasuo ban? Yasuo ban? There it is.
Okay.
All right. Do they ban the Rise or the Renekton?
Oh,
okay.
Saved.
Okay, saved.
The cast is saved.
Yeah, we get to commentate different champions. Woo! And now Lee Sin's like, what is going on with this draft? Man, what is going on with this draft? As he peers over, he's like, what?
He's so angry and disappointed. He looks totally fine and normal in his wide portrait when he's locked in, but when he's banned, he's like, for real, man!
What? Oh, man, so good. Okay, well, Raptor's gonna do it again. There's a Renekton.
Okay, Renekted. And what are we doing this time? So no, what if he just picks Victor himself? Oh, he's gonna do the Azir.
Said first time.
Yeah.
Oh, no. All right, well.
Do not do it. Do not do Syndra Ivory. Do not do it. I'm warning you. Just play Corki or something. Play Corki. Hard to lose. No, that's warning, danger, difficulty, execution difficulty is high.
No, he's going on that date, dude. He is going on that date. She was like, if you lose, I'll take you on a date. And look, he might.
My man thinks he's BDD.
Yeah, well, I mean, Talia's kind of okay, I guess, in this comp. Look.
Is she rather? You know, there's Sejuani and Renekton not going to have the greatest time. Like, it's good against Shurima Shuffle, the rocks, putting down the rocks there. But you have to hit your seismic shoves in lane against this Azir, or you lose lane. And based on what happened with the Victor of the Rise last time, I'm a little bit nervous about how this is going to go. But I would like to believe he could do it.
Yeah.
I don't, but I would like to. I would really like to believe he could do it.
And I think that, honestly, it's the thought that counts. You know, it's like buying a present for your mom.
What if it's the thing that you wish the thought that you wish you could have? Does that also count? Like, because I don't think it. I just wish that I could think it. Does that also count?
You can think it even if it makes you feel a bit guilty and silly.
Okay, sure.
You're allowed to do
I'm
that.
imagining it. I'm thinking it. I'm like, wow, this is going to go great for Ivory. He's going to hit the shoves.
You can't be fully judged on thoughts.
I think he's going to do it. You've done it, Atlas. Yeah. I think he's going to do it.
You're manifesting. You're manifesting.
No thought crime yet. There's no thought crime yet. Big Brother is not listening to this cast.
My Minority Report over here. Like, oh man, we're gonna. Oh no! please.
My man Ivory, look at that. Look at his portrait and how confident he is with this Talia lock-in.
There is a bit of a smirk there on
Piero,
that face.
nonplussed by this, though.
No, not plussed at all.
He's a little bit concerned about the Talia lock-in.
Yep. Enosh is entirely minused about this whole situation, I think, just in general.
Fleta hates sarcastic.
Oh, I can feel the judgment, actually, and Sponge is kind of staring into my soul. Oh, God. I am actually being sponged. Guys, it's almost time to get onto the Rift for what could be just a repeat of game number 1. Let's find out if it is.
I think I did
you
one
got
extra.
The 5th?
I got the one
fifth,
extra.
Too?
I just
Oh,
always go
man.
as long as I can. So someone asked us if we get an exclusive English interview. Sure. Hey, Atlas, I'm here to interview you. I have a question for you.
Oh, hey.
Do you think that Talia can win the matchup into Azir?
Oh, absolutely, Wolf.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And why is that?
I think Talia has, you know, the ability to, if Azir is not as good, then, like, seriously, Talia can, like, throw rocks at him and he takes damage, and then she puts the stones on the ground and he can't do the shuffly-doober.
Now, supposing there's a level 1 fight,
Yeah.
who do you favor?
The one doing the most damage is the likely one to do the most killing, and that right now is Pleta, as Pleta gets first blood in that moment. So I think I was right, Wolf. Enosh is chasing up. Look at that. Burst fire is impossible. You can't do that. Outplayed by placing your support in front.
Yeah, that's messed up, man.
Mr. Caster, I have a question. Why did you transform into a Valley Girl? This is why I don't do American accents, because that's my only one, really.
Yeah, that's kind of his mode.
Yeah, it's not good.
Wait.
It's either that or Deep South.
He duped him? He's staying?
I mean, he's got to get the minions.
Yeah, he's got a CS lead. Okay, this was pretty clever though. Like, we were kind of memeing and doing a little fake interview, but you never expect they're behind you on your side of the map.
Yeah, sneaky.
And the level 1 Aphelios is the deadliest, not actually, but if you can block the Qs.
And the like point blank Calibrum as well with Severum available is also just a bit yike.
Hey,
But that flay was amazing.
he's saving ammo. All right.
All right. Well, yeah.
About to hit level 2 any moment now, any minute
Whoa, he
now.
does have a lot of ammo. You're right. He saved
I
a
told
lot
you.
of Severum ammo.
He's got 46.
Nailing it. Enosh dashing forward. Bone plating. No longer available. Polo, health bar. Falling down. Piero is similar though, as even though they managed to get that kill, the lane state is not one that DRX can really capitalize on right now. So kind of fine.
Okay, there's level 2.
Yeah.
Really hard to get advantages here into the support item set up here for Piero. I always forget the name of the first one. It's not Paulders, right? That's the second one. The support item Thresh has.
Oh yeah, it's the other
Shoulder
thing.
guards, right?
Yeah, which
There
is
we go.
what a spolder is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And epaulets is also like a very similar word too. If you play enough RPGs with a shoulder item slot, you learn all of the possible names for a thing on your shoulder.
Like, Relic Shield is such a good name.
Steel shoulder guards. There you go.
Steel Shoulder Guards is not a good name.
I mean, they are steel and they guard the shoulders. So
Why
what's
can't they
wrong
just
with
call it Relic Shoulders?
That is true.
So
they
much
should
easier to
definitely
remember.
do that. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Spell
yeah.
Thief's Edge, that's a good name.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Why don't they call it Spell Thief Shoulders?
Sickle, good name.
Yeah, that's a sick name.
Steel Shoulder Guards, not so much. Not into
Wriggles
it.
Lantern, I miss Wriggles Lantern, man. Atlas, will you sign our petition to make a truck of Scion? 100%. Although we already have Lumberjack Scion, and it's basically the same thing. You know? Wriggles was the best on Ezreal, man. Oh man, Wriggles Ezreal, so good.
All right, Piero, going fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Miss 100% of the hooks you don't take.
Exactly.
He's not gonna take a shot.
He missed 100% of those hooks that I couldn't see on screen.
Satan, by the way, is dunking pretty hard on Ivory at the moment in terms of like sustain here. Already got the teleport, is sitting on 2 cookies right now, and is still getting the CS here. Doesn't have to TP just yet.
Yeah, actually 2 potions as well, man. So just hanging out, just happy about the whole situation. Polu is over here.
He wants 6. He wants to make something happen here before he backs. And looking at Ivory's experience bar, I'm guessing Setab is a few minions away. Probably once he finishes this wave, might be able to hit it. And unfortunately, he's not going to have any help and will run out of mana. So he's just going to take a back here.
Yeah, and he absolutely is happy to do so. See what item he's going to pick up here. Definitely a lot of options when it comes to Azir. Sponge. All right, the unseen sponge is the deadliest, as Jet's already a future. Easy peasy. Over the wall.
Mobility creep. Let's have a discussion now. Hex Flash, you know, is pretty good here. This guy's regular Flash backup now. And, you know, sometimes you go for those.
There was a really fun idea in chat here from Iron Out. He has a skin design made called Fiddle Stonks. It's like Corporate Mundo, but it's Fiddle.
I like it.
It's actually really cool. And I imagine like if you Crow Storm, then instead of like birds, it's actually just like dollar bills.
His trinket is just like bad investments, like in the bush. You like think you got him, but it's actually just another crypto that's crashing.
Oh no! It's like it just leaves behind crappy NFTs. Oh god, that's too good.
How someone in chat actually pointed this out before you noticed, but it's actually somehow at 638, 1,000 gold lead, a 1,200 gold lead in fact at this point.
Wait, what? How did that happen?
Yeah, well I mean first blood,
yeah, I
plus
guess.
assist gold.
There's like there's 50 gold worth of like cull already.
This is going slightly better for Frim. If you didn't watch Game 1, it'd be hard to believe that based on the scoreline route, but it's going slightly better this time.
Yeah.
And look, I mean, DRX, we've talked about this a lot. The players they have on this roster are very good. They have not looked as good with their bot lane being replaced here, but, you know, still a lot of talent in this roster, a lot more experience is clear. Looking for this.
Oh, it's the different Lego as well. It's like it's the Sandy Crocodile Lego.
Oh yeah, good point.
It's kind of cool. It's from like a slightly different Lego set, but it's still using the same blocks. You know, it's just different color scheme this time around for this particular Lego Crocodile. Kind of like it. Control wards everywhere. The hook going to guarantee that his steel shoulder guards can go off.
Clear that ward! Clear that ward!
Piero!
Nah, he's all aggression all the time. Wait for the flash hook.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Do it. Don't be scared. Do the walk backwards and then bait and switch flash.
He hates us calling out his every move. He's just going to do the opposite of what we say. Clear that ward! He's like, no. Go for that flash hook! No.
No.
If the caster says no, I'm not going to do it. I have my own free will.
Yeah. And he does. He does. He definitely took the red pill, you know.
He also has his own copy of Free Willy at home, another one of those movies.
Oh, great film.
Yeah. He doesn't have a Blu-ray of it, though, that's for sure.
No, he absolutely doesn't. But who does? Let's be real. Free Willy, like, thinking back on it, it's kind of pretty, it's kind of amazing that Free Willy had, like, the entirety of, like, a Michael Jackson album as its soundtrack.
Pretty much. Not to mention the fact that it was way ahead on all those SeaWorld documentaries.
True.
Also, like, that was the time period where, like, anyone who was skateboarding was definitely a miscreant. Like,
yeah, exactly.
If you skateboard, you definitely also spray paint and do bad things because you have a bad childhood and you need help.
Yeah.
The police are going to get you. It's
and
the 90s.
One day you're going to grow up, you're going to drive a Volkswagen like that other miscreant, Kevin Bacon in Footloose. You probably dance as well. Oh, hooligans.
It's the last day of challengers ever, man.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Mainly because of the gameplay, you know? I think just it's ingenious drafting out of Bro. They make DRX think that their composition is good by losing to it so incredibly in game one. We'll just
I like
try and
how the
ignore that.
observers caught literally like a 1 pixel off miss from Piero, and then instantly cut to the body slam miss top.
Yeah.
We're just trying to highlight these players. We really are.
Yeah.
We're trying our best.
Oh my god. All right, well, just a little bit of home time now. 2,000 gold, by the way, for nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yellow Crocodile doing some stuff in the top lane. And we're soon going to learn. We're going to learn what the truly mega brain plan is here for Bro.
Yeah, it's going to be mega brained.
It will be.
The galaxy brain.
Yeah. Omega brain.
Like, you know, game 1, Victor into Rise was like the small brain, and then it was like taking that dragon fight they definitely shouldn't have taken in game 1. Like the brain got bigger, and then running the same draft back is like the galaxy brain. We're like, okay, or the one below galaxy brain, and then the galaxy brain thing we're about to see here. Like,
Yeah,
what
like
is it
what's
yet?
the true transcendent brain? Like
the transcendent brain's
that
a question mark right now.
Yeah. That because that's always like the punchline of that meme, right? So that's what we're going to see. And is it going to be Ivory gets a date as soon as possible? Is that going to be like the thing in the end? We'll just have to see.
The Setab is casually a large part of this gold lead. You know, the Soul lane's once again doing work, as it's still only like 550 is the gold lead that they got from that first blood. It's Pleta and Piero.
Well,
Yeah.
you've hung out with Midbeast, right? Like we
We hung out with them. Was it last year? It feels like it was not that long ago, but I guess it was like a year ago.
It was end of last year, right? Like it was around summer final.
season, yeah.
Yeah. It was great hanging out with him. Do you think that he would be an okay consideration for Bro's challenger team in mid lane?
Well, he was a very good Taliyah player.
True.
I guess he still is a very good Taliyah player. He might have better mastery of this matchup, but I'm still going to lean on Ivory on this one. You know, he's still very young. Okay, he's got a lot he can learn. Midbeast is trying to do his whole YouTube career thing. Ivory doesn't have a YouTube channel with that many subs. You know, he's not traveling the world doing he's not going to like NA to do the NA challenge. You know, he's not the anti-Midbeast in that way.
Drew also wasn't necessarily the best mid laner in OCE back in the day. So unless he's sort of like upgraded, and honestly, you know, does generally do pretty well in Korean solo queue. So maybe he's just better now. Maybe he has just completely figured it all out. And now he's just going to come to Korea, and he's just somehow out of nowhere speaks fluent Korean. You know, that's why he just like does these trips to Korea.
Maybe he never left. He's still here.
Oh,
he's still here, Atlas.
Whoa, that's crazy. We'll have to. I might message Drew after this and just ask him. I'm actually like kind of scared. Like maybe he has just been watching this whole time.
Because you know what's so funny? When he was here, we were talking about like we were like, oh my God, mid Taliyah might be a thing again. Like this actually could be real. Because at that time it was jungle only, and Taliyah was getting slightly reworked, right? Now we're living in that meta, but we were like, oh my God, is it viable? And it's like super meta now, super common.
Yeah.
Back then we were like, I don't know. Like we had to have a serious discussion. Like I just don't know if it's going to be viable. It's finally does hit one of those shoves.
Yeah, Setab, not happy about that. No mana left on Ivory though, so nothing to really worry about for Setab. Moves himself back. Would Mr. Beast do better in mid though? I'm not entirely sure. I did watch the AI version of Mr. Beast get trolled by like Joe Rogan and Elon Musk.
What about Mr. Bean?
Mr. Bean would absolutely kill it. Who would Mr. Bean's main champion be?
Hold on.
All right, well, there's a Cyclone, as Pleta is able to Gale Force himself out. A Lantern taken by Sponge, and they do get every summoner spell from Pleta. However, he doesn't die.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about in the last draft, where I'm like, yo, a single target. They got one Lantern, though. So,
Mr. Bean would 100% only play Teemo.
That was my first thought, but I also kind of feel like he would have a weirder one trick than that.
Okay.
All right, this is...
Maybe he'd be a Yorick main.
Could be, but I was also thinking like just something like kind of off the wall, like he only plays like Lulu mid.
Ivan.
Ivern, yeah, he's an Ivern player. Oh, that is it. That is the answer.
Okay. We figured it out. Or Singed. Singed also makes sense. That's a good shout. How much time do you think you need to learn Lee Sin? Like your entire career as a jungler.
I
That's
think
how much time you need.
He's definitely not a champion I would recommend to a new player, but I'd say if you've got like 6 months of experience under your belt, you can give it a go. And once you know how to like aim skill shots and move around and play a MOBA, he's not that hard to learn, you know?
Yeah. I just think that like if you're gonna be good, it takes you a long time to like get all of those button presses working.
No, for sure. And learning all the mechanics and how to flash kick correctly and make sure you get the most value out of the execute damage on the second part of the queue. As Pleta does just get a whole turret, and the observers are showcasing there is no real damage being done here to turrets of any kind by Brion, so...
It's the pacifist mentality. Bro are just such a lovely organization that they don't want to do damage. They don't want that. They're all about
peace and love.
Peace and love, happiness, and joy. And that is just not what DRX are about. They're about obliterating the structures of the enemy team. As the hook is going to connect, Piero doesn't go in.
The Brion logo,
to cleanse.
you know, it kind of looks like their version of the peace sign, you know? Not really, actually, but it's got like some... It kind of does. You know what I'm talking about?
What?
The Brion logo. Hold on, let me pull it up, because
yeah.
it's not on the screen for some reason. Look. Sort of.
What? That's the janky drawing.
Yeah, I mean, I drew that, sorry.
Yeah, wait.
I meant to bring up the official logo.
What are you saying that it looks like?
I mean, it kind of looks like a peace sign. You know, like their version of a peace sign. Like, look at that. Kind of.
Yeah. Kind of like the fingers doing the yeah. Yeah, it's got a vibe. There's a PC type.
Atlas doesn't think so at all, man. He's just trying to agree with me because we're working together. It'd be really weird if he said no.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. I don't know. We noticed that you can get really cool Brion pins. Man.
Or well, you used to be able to. We noticed that, and then we found out that we are no longer able to get them anymore. I'm very sad about that.
I really want one. They're like actually super dope because think about it. If we go to an international ever, like you can wear a bro pin. And
yeah, they won't be there.
Won't
be
be biased or anything like that. But like, I think if you wore a pin of any other team in the LCK, someone would get upset. But I don't think anyone would ever even think about getting upset if you had a bro pin on.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was another team. Yeah, no, I feel like every other team you get in trouble.
Maybe Nongshim.
Yeah, maybe. But it also
might
could
be able to get away with it.
It also could conflict with like some sponsors at the event or something.
Oh, that's true. State Farm.
Brion its logo is just very neutral, you know.
Yeah.
Very peaceful. Okay, there's another cleanse gang.
Yeah, that's a cold jail. Came through. Pierre's going to flash out of the way. Seismic Shove doesn't really do too much, and Emperor's Divide is going to disengage beautifully. DRX, they take the turret and they move on with their lives. In fact, DRX have kind of just moved on with their lives this entire game, and Bro have just kind of said, all right, that's okay. You guys do that. And haven't really stopped them. There's a teleport. Satab does get shoved, but...
Interesting teleport because there's no turret to get here. Just wants to get some farm. As this was very aggressive. They will get the cleanse out of Enish. He waits because he's like, ooh, I don't want to deal with that. Death sentence, and then Piero has to flash. And box. Really nice disengage, but it begs the question, you know, how far are we reaching? I think DRX is bored at this point. Like, man, these guys are just going to hide behind turrets the whole time, and I guess we'll see if we can get them. The turrets have been consistent, like we said, both series.
Well,
pretty
Raptor
good.
was kind of here. And yeah, no, turrets have been MVP of the day, just in general. But yeah, is something like gonna, like Pleta, that's what they're doing. It's just the white flag.
Yeah.
So, what would you say your favorite video game of all time is?
Of all time?
What do you think, which game, let's ask it in a different way. Which game shaped who you are now as a gamer the most?
I would say, this is going to be kind of weird because a really bad, okay, hold on.
Maybe a fight?
Maybe a fight, maybe.
Well,
or just a Rift Herald kill.
Yeah.
plus 25, plus 20. The pet getting some more money out of that. I was going to say Tales of Symphonia, actually.
Oh, wow. That's not what I
that
was
was my
expecting.
first JRPG that I felt really like, man, the story is so good and the environment is so massive. Like, the world is so huge. It's very open world. It's fairly linear, but open world for me at the time because I didn't have a PS1. I didn't play Final Fantasy 7 or 8 or any of those bigger games in the previous generation. So the N64 didn't really have JRPGs, so it was kind of like my first big, awesome JRPG. Then it got me into Golden Sun, and then a bunch of other JRPGs. And I'd probably say Tales of Symphonia. I heard the remaster is not great, but maybe they'll patch it and fix it because I really want to play it because I love that game.
I played one of the later Tales of Symphonia games. I'm trying to remember which one it was because I really, really enjoyed it. It was around the same time that I think it was like Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, the Dark Lugia one,
the GameCube one.
Yeah, I think and I think the Tales of Symphonia I played was on the GameCube.
Yeah, the GameCube one was arguably the better version because it had 60 FPS. Unfortunately, the remakes do not, but, you know, maybe one day. Say tab, don't go in there! Don't do it! Oh, see, he checks first, but
and then
controller
dies. Not going to be out of flash. Oh, he does, actually, as the Emperor's Divide comes in. Shifting Sands gets himself the shield.
Man, insult to injury.
Again.
Insult to injury. He gets out of there. Rion, even when they're gifted a kill, they can't accept it.
Yeah.
Giga Chad play.
They even get a Rift Herald and like convince it not to do a charge, as this was really cute actually, getting out of the way of the vision, and then...
Did Ivory just not get a shove? I guess not.
No, he shoved immediately.
Oh, I thought that, okay, I thought it was just the Cyclone that hit there. Okay, so I guess they didn't layer it in order to make sure he couldn't get back onto his
Whoa, why
Sand Soldier.
Hey, Dudu, you stole my game. That was my game that I was going to talk about. Oh man.
Well, I was about to ask you because we were getting to a little bit of a quieter time. So tell me about your Donkey Kong Country 2.
I think Diddy Kong's Quest was probably the most important game of my my early years, only because that's what I fell in love with first. Like, I think I played like NES, Mario, and all that sort of stuff, and Duck Hunt when I was over at friends' places and stuff like that. But the game that I like got completely addicted to is DK2. God, that game was so amazing.
It's a great game, absolutely. I've actually never beaten that one. I've only beaten 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. No, two's really, really good.
I think I beat 1, but like that was fairly recently when it came out on NSO.
1's a bit weird. If you want 100% 1, it's actually kind of hard. Some of the secrets don't even make sense. Okay, Sundisk is set up, and Ivory's taking a lot of damage. There is the Glacial Prison. Ivory is going to stasis himself! And it's like the prison worked on 2 people. Kind of terrifying.
That's actually so sad.
Yeah.
It's just like, don't just throw me under the bus like that. I'm also just out here trying to farm. You're the one who Weaver's walled in, man. It's not my fault. Oh man. Boy.
So the first blood that happened in the bottom lane at like 1 minute into the game,
yeah,
is the only kill that has happened so far. And it's 23 minutes, and it's a 6,000 gold lead.
We actually could have had a perfect game if they just contested the Drake.
Yeah.
Didn't do it. Didn't do it. I mean, we have done very little damage to turrets, bro. We have done very little damage to turrets. Top turret took maybe like 30% damage, maybe even less.
Like, I'm still trying to like come to terms with the fact that bro opted into doing this again.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's still just some development time. And the team obviously has had like a very rough season. So mentality-wise, you got to be in a rough spot right now. You know, trying to do something braver or bolder, messing that up might even be worse than just trying to play what you practiced and seeing what you can learn in this series. I guess, you know, it's hard to wrap your head around it, but it's also easy to understand that things just aren't going to make sense.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to go back to something else. So I want to talk about some systems that we want to see in the new Riot MMO. We
Okay.
know that they've done a lot of great world building.
Yeah.
A lot of that lore is now in place. We have, you know, maps and things like this, ideas of what different, you know, starting locations are going to be like and stuff. But as far as like gameplay systems and stuff, like I know you've played a bunch of MMOs. You weren't really much of a WoW guy, but you've played other things.
I played a decent amount of WoW just to see what it was all about. When Classic came out, that was actually the first time I played. And then I played Retail after that just to see what that was about. I guess we'll have to see what this Drake is about real quick before we go into this further.
That is just it's a cold jail, but it was a bit of a side step one. Prim gonna tank a death sentence.
Yeah, he's got his Jack shows activated, so he's taking less than 0 damage from everything.
Yeah, there we go. Raptor was spotted. Sponge is going to try and sponge him here, as Sponge generally does. And Cyclone's going to be used, but Raptor is still just going to die, guys. Hook is going to connect one more time. There's the play. Prim, can he escape? No, he can't, because the death sentence is on like a 0-second cooldown.
Yeah,
it's so
it's just
stupid
repeatedly locking these players down. What is going on, Clear?
Clear is just teleporting. It's the flash.
Right on Shooting Star.
Oh,
there he goes.
God. That was fun. That was real fun.
He's yep, he was just connecting the dots.
Yep,
I guess so.
It's another time that Satab teleports in to immediately get hit by a shove as Ivory flashes the Emperor's Divide nicely.
Satab is
That's
the
a
real
flash
Giga
forward,
Chad.
and Clear is like, he wants to kill someone, but Ivory says go away, and he says, all right, I guess I
Satab,
will.
he's just like, I'm giving them to you, man. Just line them up. He goes in. He went into that brush earlier. 2 teleports into him as, okay, this is very late.
I mean, it's just, okay, Enosh he's fed up. He just, I want to do a thing, please! And DRX say no. They'll take a Baron. Pacifism continues here on Breon's side of the Rift, where they have not actually done any form of damaging anyone, really at all.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, to go back to your question, I'd like to see Baron now means that this game is going to slowly start to end. I'm going to watch this one more time before I get too deep into it. But Raptor here is just trying to get some vision and set up a flank for Cyclone, but the rest of his team is so far away. Permafrost into Proc, into Hooked, and then Play into another Hook. Yeah, it's just really sad. I'd like to see a different take on the ability systems that are common in MMOs now, where you just kind of like spam, like face roll your keyboard to do all of your moves. I'd like to see a little bit more complexity in that somehow. Maybe like less abilities, more passives, more traits that you could unlock to make your abilities stronger and change them in some way. So you're not like pressing Control-Z and then spamming E and then R and just waiting for your cooldowns. Because I feel like MMOs have kind of become cooldown simulator. And you just press all your things.
You're kind of talking about Guild Wars 2 a little bit. I actually really did like the Guild Wars 2 way of doing buttons like that, because a lot of it was based on like which weapons you had. As Satab's hit by another one. Finally, bro picks up a kill. The Pigeon scooped and will finally be punished. Immediate cleanse there as the Lantern is taken here by Sponge. Pierre is going to be thrown back mid-hook. That looked kind of cool as they settle underneath this Sun Disc. Hook is going to miss onto Enosh there.
Ivory's like locking his team in with the Azir turret. He's like, you guys like a Sun Disc?
Yeah.
Like a little Sun Disc cooking. But it's not going to ultimately matter that much. They can't get any follow-up kills, though, after that initial pick.
Did you notice Pleta just like wander past Brim? He was like, hey buddy, I'm going over here if that's cool.
Yeah, also he's like, you can't hurt me, I can't hurt you, so let's just ignore each other. As once again, you know, we willed it into existence. Will he hit the shoves on Satab?
Yeah.
And, you know, I said, I don't think so, and then I just willed myself to think it. I was like, I can think it and feel bad about it, and now I've thought it, and it's led to 1 assist, 1 measly kill, but he has hit a lot of them. He really has.
And now they're only down 10,000 gold at 28 minutes.
Good. It's the news just gets better and better.
It does. It's incredible. Could be way worse, Wolf. It could be way worse.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
It would be challenging, but it could be.
And also, like, it's never going to be bad because Ivory's also got a date after this. If they do, in fact, lose. So, like, I think it's totally fine. Really nicely done. DRX going to be able to take this one very comfortably. They do so. We've got a Drake that's going to be an Ocean Soul in a minute and a half. That means that DRX can continue to stand around on the Rift and not worry about resources whatsoever. I don't think that's going to change their game plan too much, but certainly is kind of cool as Winter's Wrath comes through. That is another flick connecting onto Sponge, who can take a Lantern if he would like to, but he's not very interested in it.
Yeah, well, they survive, and you know, this Soul is not backbreaking. Bro are just going to hide behind their turrets again. As Sponge is like, anybody trying to kill minions, he's like, Pleta, stop! If you push this, they won't have to come into range of my ultimate!
Flanking teleport? Oh my goodness! Prim! You can do it, Prim! The Permafrost's going to come through clear. Is just walking towards them. Emperor's Divide lands on 4, and it's absolutely gigantic. Enosh going to be the first one to go down. Prim goes down next as in goes Satab. He'll go golden as Ivory is going to try and find the flick, but the flash was there. And now this game is big time over, mega over Dunzo. And under the turret goes Pleta. Looking for Raptor there, but Raptor will survive for the moment.
Game over, bro!
Game over, man!
114 is the scoreline here, unfortunately, after this matchup. They tried their best to run the composition back a second time. This time, it went better than the last.
Yeah.
But arguably a more one-sided game here at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was challenge, find a flank angle for Frim. Open bracket, impossible close bracket. It was a difficult time.
Impossible.
Yeah. But on the plus side, Ivory potentially has a date. And that's real cute. Who are we voting for POG? Oh my god, I don't even know.
Is this the support vote? I think it might be.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, Satab had a kind of sus game. It was pretty good, but it was also pretty like, I'm gonna go support. I'm gonna go support. This was a really cool moment, and this is probably why all the Korean commentators will vote for him.
Yeah, I think it's probably Satab that will pick it up, but I actually just don't care, and I think that Thresh is cool, so I'm gonna vote for Thresh. And he did nothing in this fight, actually, which is kind of really sad for us, justifying our Thresh vote. But he did do stuff for the rest of the game, I think.
Pleta Aphelios it just hits different.
It's
in
good.
game 1, not so much, but in game 2, he was doing big things.
The fact that he's named after Fleta, it sort of makes sense that he's good at Aphelios for some reason. I don't know why, but Aphelios feels like an Overwatchy vibed character.
It would be. Yeah, it would be that like he's he's Flash Lux's favorite. Yeah. Well,
man, we can only get 7 games maximum.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad? I thought we were guaranteed 8 today.
I thought so too, and I'm sad. I'm just seemingly not going to get the 9-gamer this season. It just doesn't seem like it's going to happen to me. I feel jealous of you guys.
Yeah, I know. We did get one. It was long. It was difficult. But yeah, there's no real but.
No, no, it's just it's the reality we're living in right now.
Yep. We now get the C4 though, which is Caster Chat Community Corner.
Yeah.
Time to hang out with you guys and discuss your day. We will have a look at who picks up POG first. But if you've got any things that you want to chat to us about, doesn't need to be a question or anything like that. Doesn't need to be relevant to anything at all. So just if you got something to say, let us know.
Yeah, and while we're looking at that, you were saying that in Guild Wars 2, there's weapons that you equip and you get different. Your abilities change based on like your weapon type.
Yeah, there's like a toggle system. I haven't played Guild Wars 2 in a really long time, but it has like you only ever have a few buttons. You only ever have a few buttons on your hotbar, so it's not like it looks a little bit more like a League of Legends HUD rather than the WoW a billion different things and you can click everywhere.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I kind of like that style a lot more, having like a lot more streamlined movement and stuff like that. It's difficult for that type of system not to end up kind of like a game like Genshin Impact, which was a far more simplified version of that.
Sure. It's hard because if you do too few skills and you try to streamline it too much, then it becomes very boring. Like I think for a lot of people, but it's also good for new players. So maybe like different classes have different levels of complexity potentially. I also would like to see, just while we're on the topic of the Riot MMO, because it's going to be a longer break, I think. I would like to see some more like mobile integration. So like being able to manage your inventory from your phone, like while you're not on the computer, being able to check your mail. Because I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe modern MMOs do this, is Piero actually will get it.
007?
Hell yeah.
100% kill participation because there's like 3 kills in the game. Well, it was 7. We know that because it's 007 and kill participation 100%. Still, really nicely done by
He looks
Piero.
really annoyed at the fact that we thought that maybe mid was going to get it.
No, he looks really annoyed that he had to play this series. I think he's like, why didn't you just give me the pog points?
And yeah, I thought he had a great game. But to be clear, Twitch chat, I'm not talking about like there needs to be mobile mini games or something like that. I'm talking about like being able to do annoying managerial things that you like want to deal with while you're like on the bus and you're like, oh, I want to be able to sell these items. I'd be accessing the auction house, for example, maybe on the phone or something like that would be cool.
WoW had that actually for a while, like the Armory app that you could get.
Oh,
like,
that's cool.
You could do some purchasing and stuff like that. As that is the interview that you're not going to have. Sorry, guys.
It's not for you.
It's not for you. So you're going to have to come back and talk about the Riot MMO with us as we discuss that. Or anything else that you guys want to talk about, of course. But I'm really excited for the Riot MMO. It's going to be really, really fun. As far as like the thing that I'm interested the most in, and I think the reason why so many MMOs have failed, where, you know, World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV have survived, is strength of story and strength of lore, like recognizable characters and an understandable gravity to the world building.
Yeah.
And I think League of Legends is kind of moving in that, like, or at least the realm of Runeterra and stuff like that is moving in a direction that I think could possibly incorporate that, which is really cool. And I think that they started that early.
Yeah, I'd love to see like an expansion of like we have the Gromp, right, for example, but what if there's like a whole subspecies of Gromp that you farm at like level 20 or something, or like we have like the Merc Wolves, right, the 2-headed wolf. Like, what's going on with all of that? You know, like, are we gonna like?
Is there a 3-headed one? Is there a 4-headed one?
Because that's one thing that I think League doesn't have. If you just look at League of Legends specifically, as a lot of like mobs or creatures that have been developed. You know, because it's kind of like minions and the jungle, and that's like what we have. You know, and then maybe like some evolution of like some lore about like red buff, like are there like a bunch of is there like a purple buff out there? It's never gonna come to the Rift, but like he has his own quest line, you know?
Yeah, well, maybe you could play as a Brambleback. Maybe that's actually like a thing. You could could be a playable character. My God, that would be so. Whoa, like you could be a shaman class of like something, and you can just summon different like Bramblebacks, and like there could be a purple Brambleback.
The summoner summons the jungle camps.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Bring back the wraiths, man. That'd be cool. Oh my God,
the
that's
white
actually the white. Oh my God, that was around for like a year, maybe if that. Hilarious, and then somehow transformed into a Gromp. Don't know how that really got. Mace Window. Mace on the spraying mace at the window. That's not going to clean it. Mace Window gets his own purple buff. It's part of the contract. True. Samuel L. Jackson will probably be in the Riot MMO, I would assume.
Here's the thing. Do they actually see YouTube chat?
Yeah.
Because they mentioned Twitch chat. We don't have favorites.
Yeah, Sniper Wolf, we also see YouTube chat. We don't read every language. Unfortunately, we just don't have those skills. But we do also read YouTube chat. Dear casters, the last 3 T1 games, the camera crew missed getting a celebration pose from Keria. Can you fix this travesty for Keria fans everywhere? Shao CF, the reason why they skipped it is because Keria doesn't like doing the overreaction celebrations, and he'd prefer just to leave.
Also, the main reason why players don't get caught on camera is because they packed up very quickly and then left. Because it's up to them. If they don't want to do the like ceremony thing, they don't have to. It's actually based on player
preference,
like player by player basis.
Yep. Bunning Snags, Atlas, what AFL team you support? I was a Richmond Tigers boy from very, very young. So it was very fun when they won. But they didn't do very much winning throughout my entire early childhood, which is a bit sad. Atlas, can you give a frustrated rant about Daya? Nope. Because I don't know anything about her. Because I
Stayed
refuse to
away.
learn after all of her numbers were so
Can you
terrible.
answer Cardano Lovelace's why do you guys wear tan suits on CL castings?
No idea. I wear it because the people that gave us the suit selected this suit to give us, and then it went on our bodies, and we now wear them every day. That's how it sort of goes.
Yep. You got the matching ties.
Yep. I did crown Kokomi last night.
Wait, you did? Wait, what?
Yeah, I got the last talent level on my character in Genshin Impact.
Okay.
I'm gonna triple crown her in honor of Daya being so bad.
Dear casters, you guys are so great. It's the reason why I watch the LCK. Thank you very much. Considering that Nongshim is behind in the league, who seems most out of challengers to contend for their spot next season? Well, it depends on if Nongshim wants to keep these players together and spend, less money than rebuilding an entire roster again and purchasing some of these challengers players. But the players on really all top three teams in challengers, I think, seem to be good replacements if they were to just like smash it and rebuild. I don't think they will, especially not for summer season, but for even next year. I think they'll probably keep this core together because they're trying to use it as a development team. If they don't keep it together, then I'm like, what did we do all 2023? Like, what was that about? You know?
It's a bit of a shame, like the whole Nongshim thing, and it's also an interesting one to contextualize in general because DK the entire season last year were considered the best team in Challenger, regardless, right? Things have changed a little bit, but Nongshim won. But they weren't actually the best team. It's weird because they were on the day. On that day,
Sure.
they were better than DK.
Same way DRX won, but they were not the best team at Worlds. Like,
yeah, right. It's like DRX were the 6th best team in the LCK before the World Championship happened, and then they won Worlds. And the same thing can kind of be said. Like before playoffs for Challenger last year, Nongshim were about 4th or 5th or something like that. They weren't bad or anything like that. But they had the tenacity to get through those best of 5s and performed well at that particular moment. So the stars kind of aligned for them. But I think if you like had a gun to my head and I had to like choose a team from Challenger or Nongshim, I'd probably choose a team from Challenger at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least one of the ones from the top side.
Yeah.
I feel like the way that we have so much talent in Korea, like in the tier 2 system and the tier 1s, and then even some in the academy as well, like
Absolutely.
tier 3. So it's really hard to grow as a challengers player, especially players on D+, for example, because they want to play an LCK, but they're part of one of the strongest teams in the LCK anyway, so how do you even get promoted into that roster? And other teams have their budgets and they want to spend and buy players here and there. So in the middle of the season, it's hard to like pull one of these players away because D+ doesn't want to give Pull Bay away, for example. They're going to ask for a lot of money, especially in the middle of the season. Like, that's never going to happen. Even next year, you're kind of saving Pull Bay. You want to keep him. And the team's like, well, it's just not worth getting this guy who's not proven yet in LCK to purchase him away from D+. So the ecosystem is kind of like, it's very much on thin ice, like how you get from challengers to LCK. Like, you have to be lucky. You have to be in the right place at the right time. People asked the same thing about Ilma, like, all last year, why isn't this guy in the LCK? And now he's, like, declined, perhaps because he atrophied a little bit. He's not even the starter for Kwangdong anymore.
Yeah.
It's really hard being a challengers player. You have to really have the dedication to both perform on the day during challengers, but then continue to practice in the offseason, continue to talk with the players, try to build a relationship with the team, and really, like, get yourself out there. Because sometimes in challengers, even playing and doing the best thing to win can individually be less important than like being very impressive and actually having a sick super play that has a Twitch clip that's like on the front page of everything, and then you're like,
yeah, that's
now
why we
everyone wants
actually,
you.
I think that's why we see a lot of like more crazy plays in Challenger, because a lot of it is selling yourself to people that are watching, right? Like to create a career out of this. And yes, you can play in Challenger, you do earn some money, you work for the org and things like this as well. But it is...
What are you doing in the chat,
Kevin? What is happening here? Are you trying to
illicit
chess
URLs? What's
chess
going on?
URLs? What's happening here?
What is going on, Kevin Kim?
Yeah.
Kevin_Kim_TV.
He's trying to play chess. Well, why don't you play chess somewhere outside of Twitch chat? Isn't that like normally a thing that you want to do? Like,
What's going on over there?
If you want to play with something, like, I think there's an instant messaging system that you could possibly utilize in order to play chess with someone. Like, send someone a message.
You might
Jeez,
have to
Kev.
see somebody about that.
I expected
asterisk,
better from you.
The asterisk addiction you got going on in there. In
Get
the
it
Twitch chat.
together, Kevin. Oh, sorry, Kev. It's actually, it's hard because your name is very, very easy to sound like you're talking to your son when you're saying it.
Sorry, Kev.
Yeah. Kevin! Anyway, it's time for us to stop comments. So we are going to go to a short break. When we get back, our final series of the evening. Nongshim taking on T1. Two teams, completely identical scorelines. It'll go 3 games. We'll see you there for it.